Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jacob Fisher, and today we're talking travel, specifically travel to Key West, because a long time ago I was creating videos on a $500 sort of travel guide to different places. It's been a while since I made one, but we're going back to Key West for this one. It's kind of like a travel guide for $500 and 5 days to spend there. We are going to go over the off-season, peak season, how to spend less in Key West despite it seeming like a seemingly expensive vacation, and more. So make sure you tap that like button and subscribe if you like content like this. First and foremost, we need to go over the peak season, which is March to May for the high peak season. That's when things are most expensive and is generally not the best time to go. Of course, we also need to be wary about the rainy season and hurricane season. I know, rainy season is June to August, but hurricane season is June to November. This just means we should choose one, at the beginning of those months, because generally hurricane season, there isn't a hurricane each day out there. It's just a little bell curve with most hurricanes happening in the middle and then tapering off at the end. So we're gonna try to go for the dates of June 15 to 20, just to get on that edge of the hurricane and rainy season, but off peak season. Moving into the flight before we get into the hotels, which I think are going to be pretty fun because some of the hotels they have down there are neat. To get to the start of the Keys, Key Largo that is, to the southernmost tip, which is Key West, it's about a 2-hour drive. So that means we would need to rent a car if we wanted to fly into Miami, which is an option. American Airlines is the hub for Miami, so you'll generally find the cheapest flights with them. But to save money, you can fly directly into Key West for $390. But that would, again, really eat into the budget. This is where we need to be a little creative and use points. Yes, this is a credit card channel, so that means I am an advocate for putting most of your monthly spend on credit card points, or as much as you can, that is. This would leave you with more money at the end of the day because you only need to fly into Miami for 20,000 miles or 18,000 miles to fly into Key West. That means you just use miles for maybe daily spending or a credit card bonus, and you just use part of it for the round trip ticket. Some quick redemption values put American Airlines miles at the lovely 2-cent redemption value. Unfortunately, to get American Airlines miles, you need to get one of their cards to earn the miles and get the welcome bonus, or you need to transfer your Marriott points at a rate of 3-to-1. If you had 54,000 Marriott points, that would be worth 18,000 American Airlines miles. Either way, we're gonna have to take this deal to fly directly into Key West to avoid the rental car fee, and you can potentially walk. Key West is pretty small, or you can Uber or taxi around to get from place to place. That leaves us with $488.50 because of the surcharge you have to pay, or not surcharge, just the fee for that travel and post fee when you book with points. Unfortunately though, there aren't any hotels or Airbnbs or hostels for under $100 a night during the dates that we're talking about. Somehow the cheapest Airbnbs though are actually you staying on a boat, which I think is the prime way to stay in the Keys because you get to stay on a boat, you're on the water. That would be so much fun. You kayak from land and you can spend most of your time just hanging on the boat. Unfortunately, it's still $99 and we wouldn't be able to eat food. So typically for these videos, I like to only use points for either the flight or the hotel, but we're gonna have to use points again for the hotel if you wanted to pay nothing, that is, pretty much in the beginning, and have money to do activities and actually buy food. Shopping around, we are left with only one option for the points, which is Hyatt for 25,000 points a night. For 4 nights, that would be 100,000 points, which is a lot. However, it is the welcome bonus for the Hyatt welcome card, which is 60,000 points, and then the Chase Sapphire is also 60K. There are fees though, which is unfortunate again, but they are $45 a day. There's a resort surcharge that you have to pay to actually stay there, which I know, it's far too much, but we are essentially booking with points, so it's kind of making it $45 a day to stay there. And we're only staying there for 4 nights. Hopefully they can knock off $45 on one of them. Let's move into the fun activities because that's what this is really about. There's a million things to do in Key West. I mean, you're essentially on the ocean, surrounded on both sides on a little island, which is so cool. You could go to the beach every day and just enjoy the weather. That's an option to spend nothing at all and just sit on the beach, which sounds pretty fun to me. For the $263.50 budget that we have left after those resort fees, something that would be expensive but would make your trip incredibly worthwhile would be checking out the dry tortugas on the ferry that comes with lunch. Don't have to buy food for it. It's $190 per person, so you've had or would have $73.50 left of your budget, but it would be worth it to explore the national park. You could also rent a boat and go there yourself, but unless you've traveled 70 miles on a boat before, then I wouldn't recommend renting the boat and using it. You would only have $73.50 left, but you could definitely get by on $15 to $20 a day for food if you went to the grocery store. You'd also be limited in your ability to eat out at restaurants. Something else you could do is go out to a charter or use a charter to catch the food and then cook it later. Fresh fish is always, a great option to reduce your food costs, though you do have to pay for the charter. There are a ton of split charter groups out there that you can kind of pool your adventure on with other people looking to kind of save costs on it. Ranging from $1,000 to 8 people and $600 for 6 people. You could catch mahi, tuna, sailfish, and more. And if you ask nicely, maybe the guide would fillet the fish for you. All in all, it's not impossible to stay in Key West for under $500, but you will need to use a load of points and you won't have too much extra money for exploring around the island, which is unfortunate. At least the Keys have some beaches where you could just maybe rent some snorkel gear and just explore all around for free. I wouldn't mind just lounging on the beach all day again, but then again, I wouldn't mind going to the Dry Tortugas or getting my own food to eat and catch and cook later. As long as a hotel had a kitchenette, that would actually be pretty important. Or a grill. A lot of hotels do have public or grills that you can use, guests that can use. Let me know your thoughts on the Keys in the comments below, and if these are videos you like to see. Because I upload videos on Monday and Friday on travel and finance, and if that sounds like something interesting to you, hit that little subscribe button down there. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.